Hey guys, today I'm going to be reviewing Autodesk Sketchbook. For those of you who may or may not be familiar, Autodesk Sketchbook is a free drawing program. You can say it's an alternative to Photoshop or CSP or Paint Tool Sci or whatever, other drawing programs that are out there. Um, but Autodesk Sketchbook also has a animation feature, which I'll be going into in a minute here. So, this is a great This is a great software. Um, if you want to, if you're in the market for a free drawing program or a free animation program, it's very user friendly. The interface is clean. You can customize it. Like this is my loadout, but you go to Windows and you can customize it. But I personally like Sketchbook because of the brush library, and they've got this huge variety of brushes. And you can go to Sketchbook Extras and download more. And they're continuously updating um, the brushes. Which is really nice. And most of them are free to download. And if you guys want to download Sketchbook, you would go to sketchbook.com/desktop, and I'll provide all the links down in the description below. Go and get yourself the desktop version. Don't get the mobile version because the mobile version does not have an animation feature. So when you want to animate, you go to File, New Flipbook, New Empty Flipbook. You're going to get a dialog box that'll say Flipbook Properties. I usually leave this alone as default, but you can change the values if you want to suit your needs or preferences. Then you hit OK. You'll be presented with a timeline, and then you'll get these layers here: your foreground, midground, background. Um, it's fairly straightforward and somewhat user friendly. So on the timeline, you've got your insert new keyframe, clear keyframe, duplicate keyframe, which are fairly self-explanatory. Then on this side, you've got your onion skin and playback. So this will show the frame before, this will show a frame after, and then you can set how many frames back you want to see, up to 10. They'll give you your playback functionality. So this is fairly straightforward. Play enter. This will scrub through your frames. This will take you back to the beginning, and this will play all frames. And then you have your auto keyframe on and your loop. I'll be getting into auto keyframe once we start animating. So next thing you want to do is you want to just pick a brush. You go pick, and you have so many options here. We'll just go with this pencil pal. So we just start animating. We'll just do a basic bouncing ball. So we got circle there. Then we go to the next one, and check this out. It created a new keyframe. The reason it did that is because I have auto keyframe on. Now I could turn this off, and then I could just keep. Once I turn this off, right? Uh, I can just insert a new keyframe and add a keyframe. You could do it that way, but I feel like I like to have auto keyframe on because it's more efficient. Unlike, Adobe Animate where you have to hit F7 or right click onto the timeline and hit insert new keyframe. So, you know, I like that feature. And then if you want to play these back, you want to make sure your loop button's on, and then down here you have this scroll bar. So right now, we only animate on 3 frames, so we want to play these 3 frames. So we'll bring this down to 3. Now it'll only play those three keyframes. So, I don't know. I want to show you guys something I worked on yesterday, an animation I did yesterday, and I actually used these new brushes that I downloaded from Sketchbook Extras. These weather elemental brushes. So I'll just play it for you one time. And you see that? So I downloaded these brushes here, like um this brush here, which gives you like a cool glow effect. You know, as you can see, it's glowing, it's charging up energy. Um, so yeah, it's this is like a great program if you want to just experiment, or if you're just getting into animation, because it's fairly simple, fairly straightforward, and fairly user friendly. I've tried other free programs like OpenTunes, but the problem I have with OpenTunes is that it's not as user friendly and there's a bit of a steep learning curve. Whereas in Sketchbook, you can more or less just jump into it, it's fairly intuitive. And I mean, the learning curve isn't that steep. So, or if you're just in the market for like a free drawing program and you don't want to, you know, pay for Photoshop or CSP or whatever. Um, and then, oh, let's talk about exporting your animation. So if you want to export your animation, and you go down to File, Export Flipbook, and then Export As, you have this drop down bar, and you have the option to export as a PNG, a PSD, WMV, MP4, animated GIF. I usually export as a GIF. And then down here, your range. You don't want to play all the frames. We'll only have like I think 28 or 29. So 28 frames, and then I have this set to loop playback. I hit export, and then it'll export your animation. But yeah, that's it. That's a quick review and rundown of Autodesk Sketchbook. And if you like this video and you want to see more, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time.